So let's talk about Deshaun Watson. We've been doing our frequently asked questions at cleveland.com about various positions, and we have not really had a quarterback discussion at length yet. I do think, Mary Kay, this is maybe the most interesting question about Deshaun Watson, and it's, will he be rusty after not playing last year? Whenever he gets on the field next, how long will it take him to get back to his previous form? What do you think of that, Mary Kay?
I know he's been working out really hard. It's different to get in a game and to get hit. And we know that he hasn't played a game since December 2020. That's going to be a long time by the time he gets back on the field, depending on how long his suspension is. So I think he will, in some respects, have to shake off the rust, but I don't know if it will be physical rust as much as it will be just mental rust from not necessarily knowing these players, not knowing this terminology, this coaching staff, this city, just everything about it is going to be so new and different for him. I mean, just seeing him as we did through OTAs and minicamp, he's in shape. I mean, he's in really good physical shape. He's been working very, very hard. So I don't think it's that. I think it's more so just getting acclimated to everything new around him.
Scott, what do you think of this idea? And the thing that intrigues me a little bit is that we do, because of the pandemic, we do have a sample size of professional athletes missing a full season, not because they tore their ACL or tore their Achilles or have some major injury that they have to rehab from. They just didn't play. And then they came back and they did play. So this is, without the pandemic, I think we'd be searching for what we do. Hey, someone do a story on when's the last time a player missed a whole year when he wasn't rehabbing from a major injury, right? It just wouldn't happen that much. But it has happened with some guys. Do you have a rust view on this, Scott?
Yeah, but how many quarterbacks sat out that year or missed the whole year because of COVID or opted out? Or that makes it a little different. Just the position and what he'll be asked to do. I don't know. I mean, he looked pretty good during minicamp and OTAs. We all kind of we saw it right away. Just how well he throws the ball, and it was evident that this is a guy who's different than throws differently than we've seen in previous seasons here with the Browns. So I don't know. I think the fact that he isn't coming off an injury is important, having not played the year. Now, if it ends up being 2 years, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that. If he's suspended for an entire season and now you're sitting out that long, but he looked good. He seems healthy, and the health obviously is the most important factor. So I don't know. The fact that he's been here so long, that this isn't a trade that just happened. He's been here throughout the entire offseason. At this point, even though Kevin Stefanski said they're constantly tweaking and trying to adjust the offense, I would have to believe that they have a really good handle on what they want to do in this offense with Deshaun Watson as training camp's ready to begin. So I'm not as concerned about the rust factor. I think all signs are pointing, assuming he plays, that things will go pretty well.
I am on alert for the idea that Deshaun Watson, when he gets back on the football field, it's not rust that you see, he's refreshed. His body feels like he doesn't have aches, and like you spend a year or 18 months not getting hit. And I feel like that might not only be, it's not going to be a negative. I think it might not be neutral. I think there's a possibility that it's a plus. And I'm almost intrigued by, could we ever get to a point where some 30-year-old athlete says, I'm taking a year off. I'm giving myself a refresh year because it's such a grind. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I'm going to give myself a break now so I can keep going longer and feel good. I'm wondering, Mary Kay, if we might not see a Deshaun Watson that is healthier, not rusty. What's the opposite of rusty?
Yeah, rejuvenated. Yeah. So, he got sacked a fair amount in his career with the Texans. So yes, not taking all of those hits, not taking those blows to the head, not getting beat up for a while, there can be a tremendous benefit to taking a year or a year and a half off. So I think from that standpoint, from a physical standpoint, he absolutely can be rejuvenated and revived and refreshed and all of those kinds of things. I do think it will take a little bit of time, once again, to just kind of get in the groove, to get in the flow, to get acclimated, but it might not. I mean, he could go out in his first game and throw 4 touchdown passes. I mean, he might just be that hungry and that ready. So, that's part of it too, is that he has to get mentally ready. And we know that he's going through a lot of different things. He's doing work off the field to make sure that he's in the right place. We talked to him about that at OTAs. I mean, he knows that he's got to, as he mentioned, he's got to have his mental side right. And, he's going through, a lot of the off the field stuff right now too. And you do wonder, how is that going to impact him? Is he going to be able to, dial some of that out, keep some of that away from himself when he tries to get back on the field? So there will be a lot of factors at play when he gets back out there.
I mean, also part of the mental side is just being in front of a defense and game speed and dealing with that and making adjustments and making your reads. It's a lot different than practice. He hasn't done that in a long time. He practiced all year. So like throwing and just the physical nature of that, yeah, he'll be fine, but it's getting back out there and everything's happening fast. And I have to think there's going to be some adjustment there.